Okay, now in front of you there is one problem on design of shaft. You'll find that this is one cantilever. On that cantilever shaft there is a pulley which is mounted. The cantilever distance is shown as 300. The pulley diameter is 200, and here is the pulley, a side view of that. So it has T1 and T2 tensions. Weight of the pulley is 200 Newton. It transmits a power of 1 kilowatt, speed of 120 RPM. Mu is zero point 0.3. So what is mu and what is that 180? That I will explain. Shear stress in the shaft material is 35 Newton per mm square. So here, what is this mu and what is 180? So mu is, we know that it is a coefficient of friction. It is a coefficient of friction between our pulley and belt. This is one more thing which is new to us. So mu is the coefficient of friction between pulley and belt, and there is a theta which given as 180 degrees. You can see here there is a 180 degree here. So what is this 180 degree? So this 180 degree is the angle of lap. So what is that? It is a angle of lap. So what is meant by angle of lap? So here there is a contact between our pulley and belt is 180 degree. So here from this point the contact start, and here is the pulley, and up to this particular belt release. So this much amount of lap is there. So that 180 is the angle of lap. Okay, what we are interested? So we are interested to find the diameter D. So that here we want to find diameter D we want to find. So obviously this particular shaft is subjected to power of 1 kilowatt. So there is a power of 1 kilowatt. That means it is subjected to torque. So the shaft is subjected to twisting moment. Okay. So one more thing is there is a T1, there is a T2, there is a weight of the pulley. Because of this, the shaft may bend. The shaft may bend. So there is a bending also. Because of bending, there is a M moment. Okay. So because as there is a T and M, we have to consider our equation which includes moment as well as torque to design the shaft. Okay. Now, what is the use of this coefficient of friction? What is the use of this theta? That will be clear in the next steps. I think you understand the problem here. Now, first try to find the torque. Next, try to find moment. So if you get the value of torque and moment, then obviously we can find the diameter of the shaft. So let us go further. First, try to find the torque. So here, as we know, there is a power of 1 kilowatt and there is a RPM of 120. So we'll write here power equal to 1 kilowatt, power equal to 1 kilowatt, so which is equal to 1000 Newton meter per second. So watt, 1000 watt. And we know that P is equal to 2 pi n t by 60. So from this we can find the torque. Torque equal to P into 60 divided by 2 pi n. Okay. So which is equal to 1000 multiplied by 60 divided by 2 pi 120, because 120 is the RPM given. Okay. So from this we can find the value of torque. So the value of torque by calculation we can find here. So the torque comes out. So you also find this. So the torque comes out is 79.57 Newton meter. So that means if I want that in Newton mm, so that comes out 79.57 into 10 power of 3 Newton mm. Okay, so 79.57 into 10 power of 3 Newton mm is our first calculation. From this we know the value of torque. Now let us try to get the value of m. Once we get the value of m, then it is very easy to us to find the diameter of the shaft. Okay, so you remember the value of torque here, because this torque value we know in the next equation also. Now here we are interested to find the moment. Okay, so moment is equal to force multiplied by distance. Okay, so as it is a cantilever, this is the cantilever shaft. So for this cantilever shaft, here is the force and here distance given is here. The distance given is 300. We are interested in this F, force F. The force F includes weight of that particular pulley plus T1 plus T2. Weight of the pulley is 200 Newton. It is given directly. Weight of the pulley is directly given. But we don't know T1 and T2. That we don't know. And the relationship between T1 and T2 is also don't know. But we know the theta, angle of lap, which is 180 degrees. And we know the coefficient of friction between pulley and belt, which is 0.3. By using this angle of lap and coefficient of friction, we can find the relationship between T1 and T2. So what is that relationship? T1 by T2, that already you might have learned in our theory of machine. T1 by T2, T1 by T2 equals to e to the power of mu into theta. So this is the relationship that we are going to use here. So here, this theta given in degrees. Okay, 180 degrees. Here theta required, this is in radians. So we must convert this in radians by multiplying that with pi by 180. So that comes out pi in radians. Here we required that in radians. So that means here we can write e to the power mu is 0.3 multiplied by pi. Okay. So with this, we can get the relationship between T1 and T2. If you find this with your calculator, it comes out T1 divided by T2 equals 2. Now how much we can get this value? So you find it with your calculator, it comes out 2.56. Okay. Now the relationship between T1 and T2 that we can find by these steps. Now again, here we don't know T1 and T2 separately. We know the relationship. So how we can get the value of T1 and T2? That we can find here. Now we know the relationship between T1 and T2. We have one relationship for the torque. Torque equal to T1 minus T2 into d by 2, where d by 2 is the radius of pulley. Now we know already torque. So torque is 79.57 into 10 power of 3. This is the torque, which is equal to. Now instead of T1, we can put 2.56 times T2. We can put here. So here in the bracket, we can put like this. So instead of T1, 2.56 times T2 minus T2 into d by 2. So from this relationship, we can get the value of T2. That T2 value that we can put here, that T2 equals to. So if you find that with your calculator, that comes out 508.10 newtons. Now if you put that value of T2 here, then we can get the value of T1. T1 equal to 2.56 times T2. So T1 comes out here is 1300.76 newtons. Now with this we have T2, we have T1, we have weight of the pulley. So these three things we know. Now from this we can find the moment that we can find very easily. So let us try to find that. So we know T1, we know T2, we know weight of the pulley. You remember these three quantities so that we can find the value of moment. So here, now the moment M equals to force multiplied by distance. So force M, so WP plus T1 plus T2 into distance is 300. So M is equal to 200 plus 508.10 plus 1300.7 multiplied by 300. So this is T2, this is T1. Now from this, the moment comes out. I'll put here moment M equals to 602,660.7 Newton mm. Okay. So this is the value of our moment. Already we know the torque also. So I'll put here torque value 79.57 into 10 power of 3 Newton mm. So these two values we know. We know the M, we know the T. Then we can find the diameter by using our equation. So by using this, let us try to get the diameter of our shaft. So I'll write the equation of our design of shaft subjected to maximum shear stress condition. So here I will write that equation. What is that equation? So equation is like this: tau max, maximum shear stress, into pi by 16 d cube equals to under root m square plus t square. We know that in this equation, maximum shear stress, permissible shear stress is given as 35 Newton per mm square. This is given. Multiply by pi by 16 d cube equals to under root. Now under root I'll write these two quantities. So first is 60.7 square plus 79.57 into 10 power of 3 square. So this gives us only one unknown. So we can put the value of that unknown like this. So pi by 16 into 35 into d cube. So you just find out this. So that comes out 607.89 into 10 raised to 3. So again, from this, we can get the value of D as 44.55. So we must consider 45 mm as the round of integer value of the shaft. So this completes our diameter of the shaft. So this gives the diameter of the shaft. So here we have completed one more problem, and probably this is the last problem on the shaft. So try to solve this problem step by step, so that also you will understand the design of shaft clearly.